So today I would like to do a little short clip on self-trust. A lot of people talk about self-worth, self-esteem, and how to build it, and sometimes it can seem like something quite elusive, in that if I lack self-worth, what does that actually say about me? And I am plagiarizing some of this from a lady called THYSELF, and she mentions self-trust to be a process of understanding the inner parts of yourself that are sometimes at war with each other. So for example, people who are low in self-trust have all these fragmented parts to themselves. So for instance, you could be ADD, you could be shy, you could be bulimic, you could be responsible, you could be impulsive, you could be angry, you could be unemotional, and that is a fragmented personality. So you have all these different aspects to yourself, oftentimes put upon you by people around you. When you lack a strong sense of self, or you've been taught a strong sense of self, sometimes this can happen where you see your personality in different fragments. Very common at the moment. So self-trust involves understanding how these different parts play what's called a zero-sum game. So a zero-sum game is denoted by a null balance, in that the degree to which I win, you lose. So there isn't this working together for a synergistically better result. It's always about equal winning with an equal loser. So if you have a fragmented self, so say for example you have a part of yourself that's hyper responsible, and then you've got a part of yourself that's very impulsive. So you occasionally find yourself drawn to gambling online, for instance, but you're a very responsible father, you hold down a good job, which you've done for a long time, you're educated, and in other aspects of your life you're very controlled. So you have these two warring sides with each other, I guess, and you might then see yourself having internal dialogue with these different aspects of your persona. I should be allowed to gamble, it's my money, I've made it anyway, versus, but you're a responsible father and you have other responsibilities and you can't be allowing yourself this kind of luxury, and it could lead to addiction. Other warring side, but you deserve to have fun, and everybody's got to have a way to switch themselves off, and I've earned it. So when you have these two parts of yourself that are not working together, you are low in self-trust. They don't trust each other to have your best interest at heart. So Till describes self-trust, which I think is a great description, is the ability to take somebody else's interests alongside your own. So it's being able to coexist mindfully and actively somebody else's interests as you would your own, and that builds a trusting relationship. So I trust you to take care of, to capitalize, she calls it, on my best interests. So it's where both parties are working together for a good end result. So in the instance of the impulsive versus the responsible dad side, their self-trust would look like recognizing that there is polarity. There's going to be instances of needing to balance these two parts of your side without necessarily ostracizing any which side to be right or wrong. Both have value to add. So this process of putting these pieces of yourself into a more solid self-concept requires you trusting that these parts of your persona have your best interests at heart, or can be trusted to capitalize on having your best interests at heart. So it's deferring to these different parts of your being as having worth and value, and ultimately guiding you to decisions that will capitalize on your best interests.